Hey guys, Frost here. Welcome back. It's been a while. For the past 30 days I've been playing the beta like a maniac. And I think it's mostly due to the fact that we're doing classic World of Warcraft videos on this channel and we never get the opportunity to actually play the game. So as you might know, for the past year or maybe a year plus, I have not played on private servers. And now that I got the opportunity to play and stream the game, it was really hard to do anything else, to be honest. I had sessions where I played 32 hours straight without stopping, and I managed in less than a month to play about 18 days slash played on two characters, a mage and a rogue, both of them to level 40. I grinded over 1,000 gold. I got mounts on both characters, fully decked professions and best in slot gear. It's just been a hell of a fun. Now, there are some good things about the beta and there are some bad things about the beta. I'm gonna go through them in this video. First of all, I want to talk about the core gameplay of the beta. As you might already figure that out, probably self-explanatory. After playing that much time, the game is good, right? It does have flaws though, and I'm going to get into the first flaw, which is the layering. During the first 2 weeks, I didn't really notice it as the beta was really crowded with people and so on, but as they stopped giving invites and people that received the invites stopped playing, the beta kind of died in a way or another. Like going through Orgrimmar, it's very hard to find someone. Sometimes you're alone in front of the bank in Orgrimmar, which is very weird because there are more people in Orgrimmar, but due to the layering system, you cannot see them. There might be 5 or 6 layers I don't even know in the game, and people are split in different layers. Apparently you have a native layer to your character. I think this was discussed before, and yeah, it's pretty weird. Now, I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of videos with exploiting with the layering, such as looting the arena chest in Gurubashi Arena by swapping layers, such as getting mithril deposits or thorium deposits by swapping layers and so on, or maybe treasure chests, whatever. Also, I tested it myself. It works like that. I've been trying to grind rare elites such as Prince and Ashjack for the title charm, Rumbler in Badlands and so on. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, depending. You must know your friends in which layer they are. It's a bit complicated, but we'll get more into it later. Now, this creates a situation where it's very weird because you can abuse the layering system beyond what I thought in the beginning, right? So, for example, a couple of days ago, I got stream sniped on my channel on Twitch, and I avoided the stream sniper by swapping the layers. I was in Tanaris, he was ganking me at killing the thieves and the assassins, and I swapped the layer, and then for about an hour I was fine until the guy managed to find my layer. So this is another way to exploit the layering system. So first of all, looting the Gurubashi Arena chest, getting rare resources, avoiding stream snipers, and maybe there are even more hunting rares, of course, but maybe there are even more layer abusing mechanics that we don't even know at this point. So I know that initially it was said by Ion Hazekostas that layering should not be in game for more than phase 1, but I think if they keep it in game for the phase 1 will create something to the server, a damage that it's undoable, such as like ruining the economy. And I was trying to think of a fix on how to keep layering in the game and at the same time avoid exploiting it. And my best idea about this: only keep layering until level 20 zones, like I don't know, Westfall, Barons and so on. Even that might still, people would find a way to exploit it. But if you keep it only on level up to level 20 or 30 zones, people won't manage to get the rare resources, people won't manage to get the important rares, people won't manage to get the Gurubashi Arena chest, and ganking doesn't really happen until level 20 plus, right? To avoid stream snipers or ganking, whatever, to avoid an undesirable situation. And only keep the layering in game for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Now, as the population of the beta went down and down because The people who received invites were probably streamers that just wanted to check it out. Maybe players that weren't playing back in vanilla and they gave up. Okay, it's nice, maybe I'm gonna play it when it's launched, now it's time. I played the beta until today, even today I logged, and I think I got like 40 to 50 bugs, which in my opinion, I'm a bit proud. If I managed to make a contribution, I think some of them were unique. If I managed to make a contribution to making Classic World of Warcraft better, I'm pretty happy about it. Now, the layering, it's a very weird issue, because some people are okay with the layering and some people are going crazy about it. I think it doesn't have to be removed. I think the layering has to be fixed to a point where it's not exploitable anymore. And you already know the major exploits with the resources and so on. Let's move on. The second issue in the game, it's a mechanic called Leeway. I'm sure at this point you've seen a lot of videos. The melee Leeway, by strafing, you can increase your melee range by a couple of yards, 2 to 4 yards, I'm not sure exactly, let's say 30%. Now, what people don't know is that the Leeway, it's not actually a melee Leeway, it's a general Leeway, and it works on spellcasts, as I tried this with my mage in PvP fights and in dungeons, right? So normally when you cast Arcane Explosion with the mage, you have a 10 yards range. But if you do something like backpedal and then strafe, you can increase the range of your Arcane Explosion to up to 14 or 15 yards. Sometimes you can almost take all of the screen with Arcane Explosion. And I know people focus on melees like this, the meta will change in the game, but the Leeway actually affects casters as well. Now, this Leeway, apparently the Taurens have an increased native hitbox, so they can hit to a higher range than a normal warrior, an undead or an orc warrior, just by default, by passive. But if they use the Leeway mechanic, the range of, let's say, an enhancement shaman, Tauren shaman, can get to up to probably 15 yards, which is crazy. I've seen a couple of clips where an enhancement Tauren shaman swinged and killed a mage by probably 12 to 13 yards, which is crazy. Now, I can already see that this mechanic will change the meta a lot in the game, making melees more powerful than they used to be in vanilla, first of all. Second of all, classes will have to suffer. Classes such as the Hunter, which has a dead zone. His dead zone was already exploitable and abusable by even in vanilla, so that's the way. If you want to choose a Hunter, you have to be ready to take the hits. But with this Leeway mechanic, it's gonna be even worse in my opinion. Not sure exactly what they can do to fix it. I don't remember this Leeway mechanic being a thing in vanilla. It might have to do something with the fake spell batching they implemented into the game, which works actually. I did a duel with Swifty and we killed both each other at the same time. Not a duel, I ganked him in open world. He actually swinged at me after he died. It might be because of the lag, because I'm playing on an NA beta server. It might be because of the spell batching. But I'm thinking that the Leeway, it's either a mechanic that was implemented in Legion or something, or in a later expansion, either a side effect from the spell batching system. I do not know for a fact. But it could also be because of the strafing bug. Now, since the beta has started a month ago, everyone has been reporting this bug. Whenever you have a mob or a target in your target, whenever you strafe, you move to 180 degrees to the left, facing west or facing east. It's not a natural strafe, right? The natural strafe only occurs when you don't have a target selected. And it's very weird. It makes a character look weird. It might be because of the strafing bug. We don't know. I don't understand Leeway. I just know it's in game and it has big implications. In terms of bugs with classes, the mage. I've been playing the mage, the rogue, and a bit the hunter so far. The mage seems to be okay. One problem I noticed with the mage was with a Cone of Cold. Like, Cone of Colds miss a lot, like 40 or 50% of the time. I assign this as well to the strafing bug, or maybe to the latency because I'm playing on an NA server, or maybe to the spell batching system. But it doesn't feel natural. The Cone of Colds are missing more than... And I remember from back in Burning Crusade and so on, Cone of Colds were hitting 80 or 90% of the time. I mean, how stupid do you have to be not to hit a Cone of Cold? Another bug, differences in animation, spell animations, like, you know, with the charge, with the warrior, or the rogue stealth animation happens too fast, or the hunter seems to be more screwed up than other classes, and I think that's because they took the Legion Heart Hunter, they strip it down of his focus and whatever abilities he had, and they had to redesign it all over again. And now what happened, it ended up his pathway being fucked up, his attacking and following system being fucked up. I barely could play the hunter. The auto shot seems to be bugged. I'm assuming that they still have 2 months until release. Maybe they'll get fixed, but at the rate those bugs are being fixed, I don't know what to say. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash the system here. I've been playing the game for 18/play days in a month like a maniac. Like I said, I even had a 32-hour session. I can tell you that if they would release the game right now in its current state, it would have been better than it used to be in 2004, 2005, because there were more bugs then. The core gameplay of the game, it's amazing. The game is addicting, the game is engaging, the community is alive, the game is thriving, everything feels to be exactly what it needs to be. However, those layering issues must be addressed, and the leeway must be checked again because it feels unnatural. Other things I noticed in the beta: game abuse. So there's less game abuse on the beta compared to a private server. But if we can call it game abuse, because some things like exploiting the poison quest. If you guys know, on private servers you get the poison quest, and then you can level your lockpicking up to 175 by destroying the quest item that you loot from the chest and reopening the chest over and over. Now, on classic beta, if you destroy a quest item, your quest will be automatically abandoned from your quest log. It doesn't matter if it's a lootable quest item or one that you got prior to accepting the quest. This is quite interesting because you cannot really abuse things like that. Also, another bug that I found, the lock chests that are found underwater or on Red Ridge, they do not work. That has been reported, it has not been fixed yet. Other things like mages and hunters farming dungeons in Maraudon or probably even Darmo. The /camp system where you reset the dungeon and you get teleported to the beginning of the dungeon does not work. So in order for you to do this, you have to die and run back. Front stabbing for rogues does not work. Front stabbing, it's not a thing that will work on the beta. Talents, spells, and so on, they are so different compared to private servers. For example, on the mage, the clear casting, the arcane concentration talent, does not proc as often as it does on private servers. It's still a good talent, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same mechanic as a private server would have. Things like, I know you've seen a lot of videos where people think that the mobs hit too low on the beta, but actually they don't feel low. And once you advance in level, now that you got the increased level from 30 to 40, you'll realize that the mobs are more complex than they are on private servers. Casters having more spells. For example, the troll shamans in Stranglethorn Valley having a blast wave that hits for about 250 damage. An earth shield or a lightning shield that they pop very often, and so on. Some mobs like the Kurtzen rogues in Stranglethorn Valley, whenever they try to flee away from you, they throw a smoke bomb at your feet, rendering you unable to move, so you cannot chase them down. So basically what I'm trying to say is, even though some mobs hit less than they do on private servers, they kind of compensate with the artificial intelligence the mobs have. They're more smarter on Blizzard servers and so on. mobs fleeing away from you, they run faster. Yet again, getting you in more situation where you can die, and trust me, I died a lot on the beta, even with the hunter. And the only reason why some of my characters were leveled easy, it's because on my rogue I had a Shadow Fang from level 19 and so on. Other mobs like in Alterac Mountains, there's some casters that have a, I was fighting them with my mage, they have a frost shield, they summon ads, and they're just more intelligent in the way they're behaving. There are other good things, like I've noticed that probably 99% of the quests are working properly, which is great. Another thing that doesn't work like on private servers, it's the AoE grinding. Now on private servers you can slow down the mobs to a point where you can literally walk and outrun them. On beta, some mobs run faster towards you even when they're slowed. I don't know if they have leeway mechanic, but they can hit you. So if you plan to AoE farm with a mage, be careful to start easy, pull less mobs until you get the hang of it. Of course, a lot of you probably managed to play it on the stress tests that were available, 3 or 4, and the last one that was available to NA and Oceanic was up to level 15. Probably they'll make more stress tests and maybe they'll increase the level cap on the beta, so we'll be able to see more. The point is that with all the good things and bad things about the beta you've seen on Reddit or on forums or on streams, whatever videos, I want to tell you something. In the past 30 days, I had the most fun playing a game probably since 2008. And I'm not joking here. When was the last time I played 32 hours straight a game? Get so involved, so immersed into the game, so addicted. I kind of took it slow now. I'm taking it slow. I'm coming back to the channel and I'm trying to make videos for next week and so on. The point is that in 27 August, I think you're going to have the same fun as I did and everyone will have. I don't want to lose my faith in the Classic WoW development team. I think that they will address those issues. I hope they will address those issues, and please, Blizzard, make a game that we can be proud of, we can enjoy and last for a long time, because currently there are very little on the market that can provide the same amount of fun as Classic World of Warcraft does. It has been proven on Twitch, on YouTube, on Google Trends. Classic World of Warcraft is going to be big. Please make it work. Please don't fuck it up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please let me know what you think about the beta in the comments down below. What do you think is bad about it? What do you think is good about it? And until next time, stay frosty.